Yes, hello everyone. I'm Henrik Nilsson from the University of Gothenburg in Sweden. And I figured I'd talk to you about our project for new tools for fungi, and I'll do that by sharing my screen. Yeah, yes, so a brief background. Are you seeing my screen, by the way? Yes, you are.
Yes.
So, a brief background. We have described about 150,000 species of fungi during the last couple of hundred years, which sounds like a lot, but which isn't that much if you consider that recent estimates suggest that maybe we have something like 6 million extant species of fungi. So a lot of fungal biodiversity remains to be discovered. And we are finding it today using, for example, metabarcoding of soil samples and wood samples and stuff. But that's when it gets tricky, because we have this divide between fungal taxonomy and fungal metabarcoding. The results from taxonomic research, they don't really make it into metabarcoding, and and of course all these new species that we're finding using metabarcoding don't really get any taxonomic attention. So it's like two separate worlds that don't really communicate. So these tools for fungi and this grant that we got was all about trying to bridge this gap and bring fungal taxonomy and fungal metabarcoding together. We need to make it easy for taxonomic results to find their way into our metabarcoding tools and resources. And we also need to make it easy for taxonomists to make use of all these new and cool discoveries that come out of metabarcoding projects. Because they come from a bit different worlds, right? We can't really expect all metabarcoding users to know how to find and make use of taxonomic results. And of course, not all taxonomists can be expected to master like command line tools and doing scripts, etc. So we need to make information flow in both ways. So in our application, we promised to do 4 things. And the first one was simply to make, to automate the inclusion of metabarcoding data into Unite, so that metabarcoding data is opened up to BLAST searches, etc., so that they become available and accessible to everyone. Because of course they are available in the sense that you can download the raw sequencing datasets from SRA, etc., but that's not really a good way of making those data available to taxonomists. I'm happy to report that we have done this. We have worked out an automated machinery to incorporate these very large datasets and bring them together with Sanger sequencing derived sequences into a common and openly available database. You can view and click and use all these other tools that we have developed so far and that we are developing right now. So far, we have hand-picked a couple of datasets which we know to be of particularly high and good quality, and made them available through Unite. So now it's a matter of deciding exactly what future datasets should we include. Should we include all, and what would that mean? Or should we just hand-pick a few? We'll probably find some appropriate balance there. But right now we have more than 7 million metabarcoding sequences mixed up with these 1 million Sanger-derived sequences. So it's a lot of cool stuff to find, just waiting to be mined by someone. All right, our second task was to speed up the process of taxonomic discovery in metabarcoding. And you know how it works, right? You produce a metabarcoding dataset, and some species you can identify to species level, and that's nice, but of course most you cannot. And those results, they basically die with that study. You find new species, but that information is not stored anywhere. So the next time in another dataset someone finds the same species, but it looks like it's never been found before, well, we now have a tool to do this. So we have produced and launched a tool that will match newly generating sequences to existing species hypotheses, and it will highlight new stuff that has not been seen before, and it will offer you the option to store these new findings, so that metabarcoding results attains a degree of permanence, so we can leave a footprint here in the system. This is a species hypothesis that has been found there and there. It's not been described, and all data in one place. This result, as well as the previous, is reported on in a recently submitted paper. Our third task is a way to speed up or to make it possible to monitor taxonomic results automatically. So typically you would find a OTU or species hypothesis, and you don't know what it is, and BLAST searches does not produce any meaningful name, just a fungus SP or uncultured eukaryote. And you can monitor it by hand over time, but it gets tedious when you have like 40, 50, 60 OTUs to monitor, right? So we are working on a solution which we hope to finish soon, where you can actually subscribe to the taxonomic affiliation of any species hypothesis you want. Please send me an email when a more refined name is available, so monitor it for me. So you just simply sign up to any, or however many you want, and you will be alerted to taxonomic progress for the species hypothesis. And finally, we have worked on and recently launched a system where new taxonomic names and classifications are automatically incorporated into Unite. We draw from various sources such as Microbank and Catorgan Life and stuff, because Unite is now a database for all eukaryotes, so we need multiple sources of taxonomic information. And we will try to do this a couple of times every year, but of course it's frustrating if a newly described species, you would simply have to wait a couple of months to see it in the system. No, that's not good enough. So we also have developed a module to import new names, so you can force new names to be imported ahead of that quarterly automatic big run, for instance. So we have finished nearly all of the things that we hoped and promised to do. We are just working on finalizing this email subscription tool. And I think that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for your time.